Now, we're going to look at Tableau Prep, which I believe, where's my Tableau Prep? I believe I have it open here. And then we're going to look at database. And then we're going to look at data cleaning, okay? How to use how to clean data. Now, first of all, how many of us have our SQL database installed?
Good evening, sir. I think I do. Nadia helped me with something. She gave me a link that, but I've not used it before, so I don't know if that is what it is, but it may be. I don't know if I can share.
Yeah, I know. For Mac, okay, I was supposed to look at that for you today. I forgot. But for Mac is a little bit set up in Mac is a little bit different. I don't like using Mac for NT-IT because they have their own configuration setup. But Nadia, is your Mac is your SQL database set up on your Mac?
It's the same thing that Mr. Yomi was talking about. I mean, either one of us can show you, and so
okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me stop sharing. Share your screen.
Okay. This is the one that came up for me.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what I have to.
Okay, click on connect.
I think I have to search for something and then I can connect.
Same here.
Is that how SQL Pro for my cousin?
Because before this, we had tried using Docker and all of that, but
it didn't work. Click on where it says SQL Server sample, for example.
Oh, okay. This one?
Yeah, click on that one. Okay, for you, you're using Mac. Okay, I think we might need to do
the connect up here. I think that worked, I think.
Okay, let me see some. Where's my Zoom? Local host. It's not supposed to ask you for this because it's supposed just go to the drop down where it says server host.
Oh, where I just oh, sorry.
Yeah, connect that. Then on the little drop down on the server host, click on it.
Doesn't bring nothing.
Yeah, I think maybe you might have to uninstall this. Okay, maybe let me see.
Beside that drop down.
No, normally SQL Server, if you are working on your local instance, it should just take you there and just click open. The way now for those that are not using Mac, everybody else, have you installed your SQL Server? Who have not installed your SQL Server?
Lucky, I installed mine, right? But on my when I click connect on my new laptop, it wasn't giving me that connection. It's giving me connection error. It's been annoying.
Okay, now I'm going to send just a a video that says how to install SQL Server on Mac, updated 2022, the step-by-step guide.
Okay.
Yeah, let me, I don't, copy, let me send that email to the group. So who else have not been able to install their SQL Server?
Did you hear what I said?
Okay.
No, okay, I heard you. I said any other person else. I want to know how many people in the class have the issue or how many have been able to install.
I hope I installed the right one. Can I share my screen real quick, please?
Okay, just a minute, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I sent that video link to the email. So those of us using Mac, follow that link there. Okay, share your screen, Saba. And then, okay, so yes, this
Is
you
this
can,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
just close this. Now close this page here. Close this.
Uh-huh.
Then go on your start menu and type in. We can see your screen again. I
Okay.
can see your screen.
Oh, you told me to close it. Sorry.
No, I mean close that
And then go in.
and type in SQL Server.
That's it.
No. That's the management studio. I mean, that's the
I probably did not download that one.
yeah. You will need to download that video. Supposed to once.
That's what I followed, the video. The
Okay.
guy that told us to download that.
Okay.
And then the other one too. I mean, I followed that video and this is what downloaded.
Okay.
Right
Go back.
there.
Yeah. Go back to that file again.
Oh.
Let's see.
Go here.
Yeah. No. Open that. Type in
This one?
Yeah. Open that one.
Mm-hmm.
So these are your local. Yeah, the installation is not complete. Yeah, I think you are missing one step.
They told me to restart and I did.
No, Tara, what you need to go to your browser and type in Microsoft SQL Management Studio. So there's a link where you can download. So you download Management Studio. So that's the next step that you need to.
Okay, so just close this page, close this one, Taba.
Yes.
Then open your browser
Uh-huh.
and type in
Microsoft space
Uh-huh.
SQL.
This one?
Yeah.
Click
Okay.
So click on that management.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Thought I downloaded this already.
Then go down.
And then go down here and download this one, right?
Right, yeah.
I did. And it
No,
told
hold on. Okay, yeah. So okay, that's it. Yeah. Once that one download, then
thought I did
install
that.
it.
Yeah, and then it told me to restart. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
it didn't complete.
Yeah, just follow the step. Then open it up.
then install. Okay.
Okay, who else is having
Want me to
issue?
stop sharing?
No, just with
Okay.
who else is having issue downloading this?
Sir, this is Nadia. The video that you sent, it has the Docker thing, but it doesn't work for Mac for some reasons.
Okay. Sure. Okay, now, did everybody download the Tableau Prep and Tableau Desktop?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
Taba, hold on. The previous install required a reboot of your machine. To proceed, restart, and then return to setup. Okay, so it's telling Taba is telling you to restart your system, and then you come back to install it again. Okay, so this file, this downloaded file is already in your download. Okay,
Right.
so restart your system, then you go back there and click on that that file again.
Okay.
Okay, but if you can quickly do it while we try to set up the others, good. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So Dada,
Okay, sir.
you share your screen, Dada.
Well, if I share my screen now, you may not be able to get what but I'll quickly share that. I'll show you. You may not see exactly what I'm trying to achieve.
And Medina is there, so I'd like to share my screen.
Okay, let's wait for Dada.
Okay.
Well, can you see my screen?
Is this your screen installing?
Yes, I've tried to install several times and reinstall and restart and everything, but each time this process is completed, it will ask me to put in my server credential then to connect. So if I want to connect, it just keep giving me failure. It's failing on this system anyway, though I've been able to download it on that system anyway, but I just wish I can have it on this same system.
Figure.
I have
Take.
that laptop anyway.
Block like a pop-up for Windows.
You said? So if this one is completed now, it will ask me to restart again. And if I go through that same process, it's giving me that error.
Yeah, I think it might be. Just look at the error. Oh, take a screenshot of the errors. That's what we see. But if you've been able to install it on another stuff, then let's use that one.
Oh, okay, no problem.
If you go on top of your system on your browser, there are some icons there. There's this icon that is called a pop-up blocker. Try and go there. Just set it to like allow. Allow the application. I think you should go.
Hold on. No, it's not even about that. I completed the download on several times, right? The only challenge I'm having is when I get to connect. To connect it, then I have to choose my server, which is my laptop. After that, then you click connect. At that point, that's when it's giving me that issue. Just return.
It might be with your system, but we need to see what the error is. So I can't do anything from here unless we know that what the error is. But if there's any issue with your, okay, just let this one install, and then if you give it that error, just share your screen then, so we know what you do.
Let me just stop sharing screen.
Okay. So Medina, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. So is this what I'm supposed to download, sir?
Let me
Yeah.
see. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the database is good.
Okay. So there is another one. Let me my Tableau public. That's where I'm trying to finalize it. So should I choose a 14 days trial?
Yeah,
Or
get the 14 days trial for now and set it up. That's what we want.
okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and put your information for the 14 days trial. Then you should be good.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All right, good.
Yes.
So, well, the women are just leading the men. Why? Medina got hers done. So who else have issue installing the database, the SQL Server? Martins, do you have any issue? Okay.
Yeah, I think the issue I have is with my system directly. I need to upgrade some devices on my system in order to download the SQL. Sir.
Okay. I think if your window is you can update your window actually to like, is it 2010 or 2011 or 2012?
2011.
Yeah, that should fix your issue.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
When I had this much issues with the Mac, I tried it on my wife's HP system.
Yeah.
It did not finalize. I don't know why. So if you don't mind me sharing.
Okay. So how was Medina able to fix hers? Because if you go like on YouTube, you can see a lot of step-by-step guide, you know. And with the newer version of Microsoft installation, just one install can pull in everything. Okay.
Then check if you don't have pop-up blocker on your system.
Okay.
Because on Microsoft, that will not allow some applications to be downloaded.
So where do I check for the pop-up block?
Whose screen is it?
This is my
Okay, all right.
other attempt on my wife's system.
Okay, so you have everything. These are just your packages, so you don't need go back into the Microsoft file. No, on your folder, on your link. Okay, right there.
Which
go
one?
Back one step. Go back one step. Yeah. So now just download the Microsoft Server Management Studio. Yeah, it's popping up right there. Click on that. Yeah, that one there.
And anyway.
Yeah, just download the standard or the express one. No, just screw up. Make sure you are downloading from, wait. Make sure you are downloading from Microsoft website. You can see right now, this one is taking you to third site. Which browser are you using? Okay, Bing, no, just go to google.com, go to Google. All of this Bing and stuff, I don't trust them. And type in Microsoft Management Studio. So it's taking you to, then click on the one that says, no, come down. Yeah, no, the one that says Studio Express. Yeah. Click on that one and download that. No, hold on. Click open file.
Yeah, I said it is not, it failed because it is not supported on this operating system.
What kind of operating system do you have? Are you using Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, or what is your operating system of your wife's laptop?
I think it's Windows.
Scroll down a little bit.
Here, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we might have some little issue then. Okay, because I wanted us to work from database and then practice some kind of how to pull the data with custom query, do extract from database, and then we can also practice how to use Tableau to generate custom query and just edit it to what we want. If our users need a query from multiple table, you know. So okay, now, apart from Medina, nobody else have their Microsoft SQL Server.
I have mine installed.
So share your screen, please. Okay, so now go to your search button and search for Microsoft Windows. No, sorry, Microsoft, just type in SQL. It should pop up.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So click on that. Yeah, so you're good.
Let her finish. Maybe.
Okay.
Hopefully she won't have, oh, good. I think she may not have that issue.
No,
Please just connect. Okay, yeah, fine.
So you're good.
So Lucky, this is where I am now. That's a window has popped up. After she finished, let me quickly show you that screen.
Okay, so
Mine is up now. Lucky.
okay, so you good, Taba?
Yeah.
I'll share your screen, Dada.
Okay.
Oh, so
You see, this is what the error I'm getting now.
cannot connect to log in to Microsoft Server.
I don't know. I have to look at all of this information.
Just close this first. Click OK first. On this server type, click on that drop down on top. Click on it.
Server type.
No, on top. Yeah, so this is good. Try to click OK again and we connect again.
This is what I'm talking about. Login for user Microsoft account, blah, 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 Microsoft.
Okay, Google this error. Just type in Microsoft SQL Server error 1845.6. Okay, maybe something you might need to download another package or so, but I don't know. But just Google it. All
Okay.
right.
All right. No problem.
Okay. Ejiro, I should not even be calling you. So you're good. Victor. Do you need so apart from for those using Mac, okay, I would research how to install this on Mac tomorrow. Maybe I will send the link out. Okay. Because I don't understand Mac setup when it comes to applications, you know.
So you don't think we can use this one?
You can. Wait, is it open? Because it's asking for some kind of connection that I don't know about. So share your screen again.
Okay.
Share your screen again. Let me try something. Now click on connect again. So this is your table. If this is how Microsoft look, go to your table, click on the drop down.
It just says new query, new table.
Yeah, I think you're okay. But I don't
Nadia,
know.
please, how did you get there?
I have no idea. I think I clicked something.
Okay, now,
Because we clicked it before, nothing happened.
Oh,
now
Lord.
click out first. On that little arrow in front of table, click on that little, no, in front of tables. Yeah, click that. Okay, you're good. You're good.
So this can work, right?
Yeah, this will work. You're good.
Okay.
So, again, I don't use Mac, and as to be sincere, I will not use Mac for anything. They are
But
too,
it's easy to use Mac.
they are too complicated to use when it comes to using applications from third party. You know, they are very complicated to use. Now you can see that the SQL Server gave you some kind of sample tables. Okay,
Yeah.
this would be some good table for you to start practicing join and custom queries and so on. But I will see
Let me share my screen too.
yeah, if other people have this. Okay, I mean, if you and me have this one as well.
Yeah, this is the same one I sent to him.
Okay, all right. So you're good, Nadia.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you want me to share your screen? Let's spend the next 5 minutes on this. I think we're almost there. Share your screen, Yomi.
Yes, sir.
Susan, are you good? Or where is she?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do you have any issue installing the Windows?
No.
So yours is good?
Yeah, I just showed it to you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay.
was that you?
Yes, that was me.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you.
So Nadia, can you guide Yomi how you connect?
So I think we clicked on the connect.
This one?
Yes. Okay, click on this SQL Server sample. And then try connect.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Yay.
you're good. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So you can stop sharing.
Please mute your phone or mute your computer.
Okay. So since we all good, except for Dada, and you can fix it. Dada is something. It has something to do with your setup, or maybe from your laptop. So try and figure that out. Okay. Now, why do we need to use this SQL Server with our Tableau Prep and our Tableau desktop? Because in real time, you're going to be pulling data from database. Okay, that database can be from Microsoft SQL Server like we have. It can be from Oracle. It can be from Snowflakes. There are a lot of database out there. For example, if you open your Tableau desktop, not your prep now, okay, you can see a whole lot of data source that you can connect to here. If you click on more here, you can see there are tons of different databases that company uses, tons and tons of it. We're not going to be using all of them, okay? The most common and popular database are, you can see Redshift, which is Amazon Web database, Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server. But any other one, just look for whatever connection company is using and just connect from here, okay? Now, why do we need Tableau Prep? We have Tableau and we have Tableau Prep. It's just what it is. Prep is for you to prep your data, prepare your data, structure your data, and so on. Now, Tableau Prep is also an ETL tool. Okay, ETL. Oh, sorry, ETL. ETL stands for extract. The T stands for transform. And the L stands for load. So it means extract your data. And when you extract, then you can transform that data and then you load your data. Okay, so let's take with extract first. How do we extract data? With Tableau Prep, it's very easy. It's by connecting to your data source. The first thing I want us to see, a very simple one, is let's connect to our Superstore data. I know the data is Excel. I'll click on Excel connection. And then I look for my data in the folder, and I have my sample Superstore, and I click open. The same way we connect in Tableau. And now we have our tables in that file. So I'm going to let's say I want to bring in I want to extract my data, which is the other table. I can just simply drag the table and put on this blank pane here. Now, by default, Tableau will load the data metadata like we have here and show you some kind of settings that you can do. Settings, we will touch base on all of this, okay? And for data sample here, by default, Tableau will extract the first rows of your data. I think is the first 1 million rows or first 100,000 rows. So it only defaults to some sample data because it will not pull everything at once, because you need to do a whole lot of work in transforming. The next thing you do is to add a step. So you can see Tableau is telling me, giving me this gray link here to add a step to clean my data. So if I want to start cleaning, which is transforming, where the T come in to transform my data, I will just click transform. And in this transform here, you can see we have a whole lot of stuff here. Calculated field. I can transform, just come to each of these fields and look at the 3 dot next to it and see a whole lot of stuff that I can do. Okay, but in this instance, let's assume that this data is good. We just want to extract this data from Excel where it is and load this data into our database. Okay, this will be our very simple practice. Let's say our requirement is just, okay, we have this data in Excel, but let's just put this data, now that we have a database, put this data into our database. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this little plus here, we have this data. We didn't do any cleaning yet, but we know this data is already structured. So I'll click on this little plus button here. Now here you see a whole lot of next step that you can take. Clean step is what we just did here. Aggregate is where you kind of group your data, and union, join, all kinds of steps here. But when you are done cleaning your data and you want to attribute your data, we click on attribute. Now this attribute here shows that we are done with our transformation. Okay, we extracted here, we transformed here, and then once we are done with our transformation, we click on the attribute. Okay, this attribute is where we now say, okay, our data is clean, it's structured, it's ready. Where do you want to put this data? You have to tell Tableau Prep where you want to put your data. Okay, in this instance, for example, like I said, we just want to extract this data and put this in our database. So I'm going to call this attribute here. I'll call this my order, for example. And here is where I need to configure where I need to publish or attribute my data. So in this save attribute here below, you see that there's a little drop down here. If I want to attribute this data that we just structured as another file, which is like CSV file or Excel, I'm going to click on this file here. So if I click on this file, Tableau will ask me to browse where I want to put that file. Maybe I have a folder in my desktop, maybe in this folder. I have to select where I want to drop that file, and I click OK. But I'm not going to do this for now. Okay, I'm just showing you. Then you have to give your attribute a name. Okay, we have our location. Let's click on browse again. Okay, here I can give my attribute a name. Okay, I can call this sample. Okay, whatever I want to call it, and click OK. And that Tableau Prep will locate that part on your desktop. Now it's telling you what kind of file that you want to make this data attribute. If you want to use this data as a Tableau data source only, you can leave this at Tableau data extracts. Okay, but I won't recommend doing this on your desktop because you have server, you have Tableau server, and you have other database. So, but if you still need to output your data as a hyper, which is only for Tableau, only Tableau can use that file. That's why it's called Tableau data extracts. But you can also choose to output your data as Excel, CSV, and then just this 3 file. Now, where this is helpful is maybe you have a database and some of your users need an ad hoc report. That kind of ad hoc report, let me call ad hoc report. That means if the users, they just want either CSV or CSV or Microsoft file. They just want you to give them that data or a subset of that data. You can just quickly use your Tableau extract to connect with your database, do your join or blend, limit your data, and then just attribute it here as a CSV or extract and just give it to them. That's the only time I would recommend you doing your attribute as a file. But if not, if you have Microsoft Server, database, or you have Tableau server, you can attribute your data on that server. But this is how to attribute your data as a file. But the one I'm going to recommend and which we're going to be doing is database connection. So we want to dump this data in our database. Now, publish as a data source, in real life, 80% chances that this is what you're going to be doing. So you're going to be publishing this data on your server, okay, on your data source, I mean, on your company Tableau server. So if I click on this right now, Tableau will ask me to log into my server. I don't have no personal server, okay, and you don't have. But if you but in real life, once you start working, all you have to do is click on sign in, and Tableau Prep will ask you to type in your company server. Just click in there, click connect, and choose the folder or the project folder where you want to dump the data. Tableau will attribute this data as a Tableau extract hyper, but on the server now, not on your local machine. Okay, so you are going to be using this. Okay, when you get there, it's very easy. It's same process. Okay, but now we want to dump this in our data warehouses, and a lot of time as well, chances are if you ever get to use Tableau Prep to structure data or perform ETL, you're going to be dumping this either on your Tableau server or into a database, okay? So in this instance, it's asking me to add a connection to my database, because now Tableau know I'm trying to dump this data into the database. So I'm going to click on here and I look for Microsoft SQL Server. Now it's going to ask you to log in. So your login on your laptop for your SQL Server on your laptop is, if you come here right now, if you want to copy your login, just click on, if you already have your SQL Server open like this, click on this little log button here, and it's going to pop up the window like this. And this is my server name. I can right click and just copy that server name. If you are using your company server, they will provide you with the login to their server, and you can either paste it on a notepad somewhere, or just write it somewhere. It can be handy whenever you need to log into that server. Okay, so I'll copy mine here, and I will dump my server here. And here is the database is going to ask me optional. Okay, it doesn't matter for now. If you know your database, you can enter your database there, and it's going to ask you authentication. Because I'm working on my local machine, which is my laptop, Tableau is smart enough to detect my window login. And if you are working on your company server, a lot of time that all of this system has been configured. If you try to log in, it will just look at your company window login, and then it will just log you in directly. Okay, so I'm not going to click sign in and see if Tableau Prep can sign me into my. Now, so I'm signing into my SQL Server here, and it's going to ask me which of the database am I trying to dump this data. Because if you come to your SQL Server, you can see here, if I open my database, and under my database, I've already created airline, nuclear reactor, and superstore. Okay, so for those of us who just have who are just connecting to this for the first time, I want you to right-click on your Microsoft SQL Server here. Just right-click and type in create new database. And here you're going to give your database a name. Let's call this Superstore. You can call it anything underscore data, it doesn't matter. And you can just click OK. So now we have our new database. And if I look into that database, I can see a whole lot of other tables or database type, we can have the views and all of this. But the one that concerns you mostly all the time is going to be your table and your view. Okay, this view, you cannot create a view with any ETL tool. It has to be like writing some custom query, but let's leave that for now. But if you are using ETL tool to dump data, you're going to be dumping it in the table in this database. So, okay. So create your database. The same way is very simple. Right click up here, new database, and give it a name. It's going to pop up under the databases, okay? So now that we know where I want to dump my data, I'm going to come here and look for that database here. Okay, because I just created it after I log in, it's not popping up, but all the rest is popping up. So I can just come here again and let me go back to my let me come back here and type in SQL Server again, that, and click sign in, so as to refresh the connection. And now you can see, now I can see my database that I just created. I'm going to click OK. And it's going to ask me, do I want to give this table a name, because this is a new table and Tableau is not seeing any other table in there. Okay, so I can just say, okay, create this table and call this order table. So this is the table I want to call this, or I can call this. Most times they use like some kind of naming convention in database naming, like order underscore data. Okay, I'm going to click on this and click OK. So now Tableau know that I want to dump this data in that database. So if I just run this right now, Tableau is going to populate all of this data and create a table for me in the database. So which I'm going to do for for a test. So for you to run your flow, you can see there are 3 places that have this play button here: run flow, run flow, and run flow. All of this have they do the same thing, but if they do the same thing, but just know that this one here does more than all of this, and I will show that to you in a minute. So I can either click run flow here or click here. You're going to run my flow, or even here. So let me just click on anyone and watch Tableau do his work. Now, so Tableau Prep has finished dumping this data in my database here. So if I come here right now in my table, see it, and I have this data in my database. And don't forget that database, what is the purpose of a database? Database is like a warehouse where you put all your data. So if you hear terminology like data warehousing, this is what you're talking about, like extracting company data from various sources and using ETL tools like Tableau Prep to extract those data, transform them, and structure for analysis ready, and then warehouse that data. So we're housing our data that we just extract now in SQL Server. So SQL Server is our warehouse for our data. Do we get it? Ask question.
Yes.
You have a question? Okay, so everybody do this. And for this, like I said, for this simplicity purposes, let's say we want to warehouse all of our data that we have here. Okay, and I also want to bring do the same thing for our people and return table. I want to put them in that warehouse. I simply do the same thing. you can have multiple flow in one Tableau Prep. Okay, for example, I want to also warehouse our people table. For now, nothing complex, nothing. Let's just do the simple one first. I'll call this people. And the same thing. Oh, sorry. I was also click. Let me remove this. And attribute. I'll call this attribute people. Again, this is just a simple flow just to demonstrate extra transform and load. We're going to do some more complex data structuring, okay? And I want to configure where I want to attribute my data. So again, I'll go to my database here. Add a connection to SQL, Microsoft SQL Server. I'll click connect, and I'll select my database. Superstore, I want this one right here. And you're gonna tell me which table. Now, I already have a table in that database, one that I just did, so, but I don't want to use this. So I want to create a new name. So I'll call this people, for example, and click create new. So I have my other table, and I want to do the same thing for my returns, because I want to have everything in that table. I'll add an attribute. I'll call this returns. Notice we've not worked with this return data, okay? But once we structure our data, we can give the users a lot of stuff to do, with this. So I'm going to click here. I'll configure this, my database. Select the database that I want to connect to Microsoft SQL Server. Click sign in. I'll select my database, which is superstore_data. And I need to name this table. So I already have two table names there, but I want to give this one a new name. So I'll call this returns, not the same thing. I'll click new, and it's ready. Now, remember I said just now that this play button here is basically the same thing, but they work differently. If I click on this play button on this order only here, what I'm doing, I'm only running the flow for this return flow only. The same thing if I click on this play button here, which is to run. So if I click on this, remember I have 3 flow on my view now, unlike the first time where I only had 1. So if I click on this one each, I'm only running them without running the others. But if I want to run everything at once without having to do them one by one, I will just click the one on top here. Okay, that's the difference, but they do the same thing. So if you have like 2 outputs or 3 outputs in your flow, to run everything at once, just click on this. But if you want to run them separately, you can do this. Okay. So if I click on this right now, it's going to ask me if I want to override this one that I already created. I can just say no, because I already created this. I don't want to duplicate the data for now. So I'm just going to run this. I'll run them one by one. And this is done. I'm going to run this as well. And this is done. Okay. Now, if we go back to our database and we just refresh our database and go to our Superstore data, view the table. Now we have our 3 data for each table. So this simple process just shows you what ETL process does. Now, chances are that you might not be doing this. Chances are you might have a gigantic flow, okay, or you can have a simple flow. But I want you to understand that Tableau Prep can make your life easy in the real life. If your company, a lot of companies are deploying Tableau Prep, and because they're trying to avoid using complex custom query to pull data, and because it affects performance. So they would rather prefer to extract their data and just publish as a Tableau data source on the server and build off the reports. Okay, but if you know how to use Tableau Prep, it's going to simplify any headache of not knowing how to join data, or you don't know how to write custom SQL query. Okay, but
Yeah,
this is
okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Just a look. There are some organizations, right? The database administrator will only give you read-only access. They won't give you read and write. So if you have only read-only access, can you still publish to the database without access?
No, you can't publish to that data set. If you read only means you can only view, you can modify.
Right.
Okay, but again, all things be equal here. Let's say your company wants you to like, it's okay. Apart from you developing the report for us, we also want you to like help us extract data and dump in the database for safekeeping, for future purpose, because company want to keep track of their data from time to time. So this is what you do. In that case, they will give you read and write access to that database.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, any other any question on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. It's pretty straightforward, but I'm thinking maybe on the other type of systems, but it's not granting me permission to create in the SQL server.
Okay, share your screen again. Mark is not my friend, but let's see what we can do. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, share your screen. Give permission, deny database master. Okay.
So I came here, like you said, and
No, not there, not there, not there, not there. Go, you see where it says table?
yes.
Yes. Right click on the table and click new table. And now give it a name. No. We are trying to create a database inside this table here. So, for example, click out first, cancel. Now, just go to that. Okay, we're trying to create, this is actually a database on its own. Okay, you were right. So, collapse that arrow in front of the table, then collapse that. Okay, so this is a database. So right click.
Which this one, sir?
Yeah, right click there and click create database. Now give it a name. Why is it not letting you? Okay. Level 4, state 1. Create database access denied in. Just click OK first. Let's go to your, you can cancel this for now. I need to see if I can help out. Go to right click on that SQL server again. Does it have anything like, Okay, now maybe go to file first.
So what did you say? 5?
File on top where it says file.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, click on there. New tab, new window. I'm trying to see if you can. Okay, click on connect first. Maybe we can connect to another database. If that's how it works here, I don't know. We might have to research this. Okay, click new, click on new, where it says new. Okay, go back to the file. Sorry, where it says file. There's no new table here. It just says connects.
Yes,
No.
tab.
Click on that first. Again, this is why I don't like Mac. All that stuff is different from. No, that's not what we wanted. But this is here. It should be able to give you. Okay, let me request control. I'm just going to try. Okay, because I don't Mac stuff. We might have to do research on how to.
You have control, sir.
Okay, I mean, I want to see if I can run query view.
And then when you went to that icon that looked like a plug, I didn't have anything like that here too.
Yeah, because this is Mac. Mac is different. You know, Apple product is different. They have their own command. So even at work, see, a lot of people that use Mac, they have a separate IT group that configure their stuff. You know, so let me click on this first. So this is a sample, my connection. It's server. So I think here is where query browser service. So window authentication. Okay, let's say what's your me. Let me see if we can create a new one. Your me dot data, for example. What is going to be auto? You use window and let's click save. Username is required. So where's the username? So let's see your me. Okay, so let's see if this can log you into your own free to resolve host. So maybe you might need a host. Is this Pro SQL Pro for MySQL? I don't know what this is.
Do you think mom should have more patience? Well, mom just
Yeah, so it's failing. Let's edit. So
Sir, it's requiring you to have a password. I think probably that's the reason.
no, are you able to create a new table?
No, I'm right here. I'm just watching.
Okay, no, we wanted to use your window or your
No,
window
I was
login.
asking. I said, is it because it's requiring you to create a password? Because on this one,
the password is just optional because we said use window authentication, but
okay.
it's asking for some server host. So we might need to ping your command prompt. We will have to check that to see how to ping and get your, for example, if I go to my database here, I think it's not asking me for server host. Let me see. Yeah, it's not asking for server host, so you might need to find
I think
out.
in that login place, it wanted the domain, whatever, / the Yomi.
The domain name?
I think, there was something there before. So maybe just wanted us to put the /Yomi there in the login.
No, the problem is your host.
Oh, okay.
Your server host. So we need to find out how to get server host for Mac. That's what we need.
Okay, sir.
But for now, let me remove this. Yeah, let me remove because. But for this sample here, I think this should. Let me see if we can edit this to grant you access. Or maybe this is somebody else server and they don't. I don't know this, man. This is why I don't like Mac. I'll be sincere with you. So, but let's see if we can. Let me go here and security, programmability. It doesn't table here. Yeah, we might need to see how to grant you access in here. Close, open connection, database refresh. So, but I can see where to grant you how to modify this this security. But let's work on. Let me research for this for you guys tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Something with Mac is just it's just funny. I should be able to because since it's your local machine, I should be able to modify this security for this, export, refresh, and let you have access to play with all of this. Yeah, so I don't know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I can access my prep, Tableau Prep. Remember, I need a key.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right, so I will have I'll send you another key. Thanks to Daniel, he purchased his key, so he's going to share with you so you can use his key.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, and yeah, okay. The rest should be good for now because it's 14 days trial. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
and also, I'm sorry, I lost the internet service, so I'm so lost right now. I just got back on.
Okay, all right. So we are just doing the simple one, okay? The simple stuff. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Oh. All right. Anybody? Any other question? Okay. So since I have this already, I'm just going to save my workflow, or if I don't need this again, I can just simply close since I have my data in the database. And if you want to navigate this database, some people, those queries, they know how to write SQL. If they want to play with this here, you have to click on new query and then start typing select from database and so on. But I like shortcuts. So if I want to explore my table and I want to look at the field or just explore those fields, the way I normally go about it is come to the table, the database, the table, I'll just right click on top and say, give me select top 1000 rows. Even when I want to generate a custom query and I want to know all of the field in that table, I just use this method. Right click, select top 1000 rows. So with this, Tableau will give me all of it will limit the data to the first 1000 rows. So you can see here, it's giving me select top 1000 rows. So I'm looking at all of the field in this table, but limited to the 1000 rows. So with this, I can explore all of my field in that database and start writing, manipulating this, okay? But we will get there. And similar stuff, if I want to view just to explore this table of people or return, I'll do the same thing, give me the 1,000 rows. So I have this, and then now I know how my table look like. So if I want to write some custom query to join these two tables together, I can just simply go ahead and do that. But recently I found out a lazy way of writing custom query using Tableau. So that's what I've been doing. And I'll show you guys this simple lazy way of doing that, okay? But if you have Tableau Prep and you're going to be using Tableau Prep, then just do everything in Tableau Prep and treat your data like we're going to do, okay?
How did you get to the database? I'm sorry.
Okay, let me collapse this. If you log into your database, this is your engine where all your data is stored. So I can drop this little plus button here. Let me collapse all of this. So once I drop this little plus button, you're going to give me this information. This was where I was looking for that time on your system, the security, okay, where I can like grant security to grant access and don't grant access. But in real time, you won't have anything to do with all of this. Where is your concern is this database. So click on database, and you can see these different databases here. This another database that houses some kind of data. This is nuclear database and superstore data. So all of these are different databases in this engine here. So
I don't have those.
Yeah, no. I created this before. So
gotcha.
You don't have to have this, okay?
Okay.
But this is the one that you have to have now. You should have
So
this.
how do I get that?
So to do that, you can simply right click on your database here and click
new
database.
Okay.
So once I click on that, it's going to pop up this little window for you to give that database a name. Just give it a name. Leave all of this to the default. Don't change anything here and click OK. So it's going to create that database for you here. And in that database, if you click on this little drop down again, you're going to see all of these information in here. Again, in the database, your concern most of the time is going to be your table and your views. And I say your view is where you create, is a kind of table that feed off of another table. That's what view is. But the tables is where you're going to be dumping all of your data. Okay. So now, if you want to dump, what we just did right now is inside this table here. So if I want to see all of the tables in this table, I can just click this little drop down. I can see all my tables here. All of this one here, don't mess with it. Those are just different files populating this data. So don't try to do anything with this system table, extra out. That's not really your business. Those are the job of the database administrator or developer, okay? But your concern is just this table that we just dump into that table. You can see we have other people, return, everything is inside here. Okay, and I said for you to explore your data, you can right-click on top here on the table itself and just select top 1,000 rows. So it's going to give you all of the field in that table, and you can now start seeing how your data is behaving. So this data here has been warehoused. So even if I lose this file where those files that I sent to you guys, it won't affect the company anymore, or maybe there's a system crash and I lost all my files in my desktop. This data is now available in my data warehouse in a server somewhere, and it's now in the safekeeping. Did we get it?
Yes.
Okay. So now now that we have our data, do we understand what ETL is? ETL, do we understand the simple process where we extract our data like we just connect to, and then we transform it, then we load to the database. That's what ETL is, and that's the job of Tableau Prep. Now, out there are other ETL tools, okay, which is Autrix. Some people call it Autorix. Autrix and Tableau Prep. These two are the most used out there. No, sorry, I take that back. No, I take back my word. There's Informatica. Informatica. This one here handles, this one have been, these two have been out for a very long time actually, and Informatica have majority of the market before Autrix, but due to a lot of complex configurations and all that, companies we are looking for something that they can just leverage quickly, simple, and get their data issue resolved. So Tableau started developing their own Tableau Prep. At first, it was for just Tableau environment only, but over time, it evolved to be what it is today, and they are picking up the market so rapidly, even from Autrix. And right now, every company that have Tableau uses Tableau Prep because it's so easy to use to manipulate data. Okay. Then, yeah, I think that's it. The other stuff we can work on it later. Okay. Now, I've manipulated one of our data just to show us how to use Tableau Prep to transform data, and I'm going to send this out to everybody. I was supposed to have sent that out. My bad, I forgot. Where's my file? Okay, files. And let me look, Tableau training. So I transfer, where is it? I hope I didn't lose this data. Okay, sample superstore 2019 to 2022. Okay, our next project is going to be for us to update our superstore that we'll be using to do our reports. Okay, remember the one, this data that we'll be using, how many years worth of data do we have there? 5, from 2014 to 2017, if I'm not mistaken. But now, is it 2018? Someone should please remind me.
2017.
It's 2017. Okay, all right. But now we have some new data that just came in from the company in this file. The company, we want to unify this file and put them in the database, in our database, and then build off of reports off of this data. Also, all of our existing reports that uses this data, they want to update it to reflect this new data source. Did you get it? So they want a reflection of this updated data source. After merging these two data, they want to update our report so they can see the up-to-date data and so on. Now, in the real life, every day your data get updated. Okay, it's gonna keep evolving. But once you have published your data and you schedule your data to like refresh every day before maybe daily or weekly, once that data source is updated, your report will automatically update itself. Now, if you are pulling data from database here, when the new data source come, it should also dump in here without changing the name of the database. In other words, the name of the database remains the same, but you can update the data. If you change the name of the database, your report will break because Tableau is not confused. It's looking, for example, you change this returns to return, and Tableau wants to come back to this database to refresh and get the updated data. It's going to be looking for returns, but you change it to return. Tableau will not see the return table, then every report in that report is going to break until you manually point it to the right table. So when you're making database changes, sorry, not changes, like updating your data in the database, it is recommended and the industry practice that you don't change your database name unless there is a requirement to do so. And once you change it and you need to reflect this on your reports, you have to go back to your report and repoint it to the new database name. Okay. Any question? So let me send out that file so we can start on our requirements. And I'm going to start all of this over and over. I mean, everything from afresh. But let me quickly send out this image to everyone before I forget again. And the purpose why I'm trying to get the up-to-date data is so that we can see what real life job is going to look like. You know, working with current data, how companies track their data in real life.
Okay, we'll be missing 2018.
Yeah, I think because of the data range, I missed 2018, but let's just keep this,
Okay.
for now. Yeah. I just tried to transpose. It's basically the same data, but I just transpose the dates to reflect this year dates, so I can really show you guys what I want to show you guys. Okay, the date is what is going to be different, but just assume everything is different. Where is? Okay, and I hope it's not too large. Okay. All right, I send that to everybody. So download, and you can start working on it after class today. We have 29 more minutes. So let me close this for right here. Okay, let me close this and open up a new. No, I don't want to save this. Cancel. Don't save. So I'm going to open up a new Tableau Prep. Remember our requirement. We want to merge the old data and the new data and update our database, and then build up a new report from there. I'm probably going to override what we have in this database for now because I want to keep everything in uniform. But if you want to update this data, you can. There's a way to tell Tableau that, okay, look at this data that we have now, only add the new increment to it. Don't replace it totally, but look at the former data there and just add a new one to it. But a lot of times, you're not going to be doing that at all. But I just want to show you how to manipulate data, how data comes from database. And if you need to do your own little joining, you should be able to do that. You're not going to be responsible to managing your data in the database. So don't let that scare you, okay? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Any question while this is opening up, please ask question. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to connect to the old file, like I did before. Excel. Sample superstore. And I'll drag in my order date here. So now we have our data. And here, I want to start naming every step that I take because I want to join this data to other data source, okay? So I'm going to name this order less than 2017 so that I know that this file is the one that have the 2017 and below data. You can name it anyhow you want to name it, okay? And I'll put a step here. So I know that I don't have anything to do here for now. So I'm just going to leave this. Then I want to combine this order dates with my 2019 to 2022 data. So I'm going to go back in here and go and get that file. Okay, I'll go back to my Excel and I will get that file, sample superstore. So you can see I have two files here. So if I want to make changes to this file coming from here, all I have to do is click on this. You're going to populate this, and you can see by default, any file I have on my working pane here, Tableau, we put a little bit of dots there, so to let me know I'm working with that file. So I have my two data source right here. I'm going to click on this, and I'll bring in my order date here. And I can call this, double click here and call this greater than 2018. So which means 2018 data and above. I'll click out and I'll add a step. So I can see that Tableau sorry, let me set a prep. Prep by default will give you this clean step 1, clean step 2. Again, I said it's good for you to name your each step of cleaning your data as you go along, okay? As you go, because once you start joining this data, you want to tell which is which. So I'm going to stay with my naming convention and call this order 2018, and I'll call this one here order greater than 2017. I mean, less than 2017 here. So I have these two data right here. Now, these two data here have exactly the same data structure. Okay, what do I mean by data structure? I'm talking of the field, the row ID, order ID, the date is the same thing with this one here. But what is the difference between these two data? Even though they are the same data structure, what is the difference? Hello, what is the difference between these two? The dates, absolutely. So for us to have a trend of event of this data, we want to combine these two data now. So tomorrow we might have from 2023 and 2025. We want to add it to this. It's the same data, sales, and so on. And any system where the company is using to track their sales is going to keep this format. It's not going to break. If anything breaks, then you have to let the person in charge know that this data structure is changing and it's going to affect your database. For consistency, company keep the same structure, but if it does change, they will let you know, so you will know how to fix it. Okay. So now, how do we combine these two data sources? Are we going to do a join? And if yes, what type of join? Talk.
The first step, I think the left of, I can't remember what it's called. The one
Left.
to keep all of
Union. I mean, what's it called? Full join.
Yes, it's a full join. Yes. Now,
remember, joining is adding a table to a table. So if I join these two here right now, it's going to, I'm going to have this table here out of the length of this field. But so it's not really going to work. That's what we call union.
Left side, I think.
No, in this case, if you are combining data of the same structure but of different dates period, what you want to do is union. You have to union these two data. We only do join if these two data sources are different but have a relationship. Remember, I want to, for the sake of the newbie, before we move forward, let me do this Excel again. So please, the newbies, watch this. Okay, I have sales here, and I have dates. Sorry. I have dates. So I'm going to say this one is 10, 20, and 30, for example. So this one will be 01/01/2022, and this one will be I just say 02/01/2022, and this one will be 05/2022. Okay, this is my let's say sales. Okay, this is sales. Everybody, please watch. This is very important that you understand these simple ways. Then here, I'm going to say, okay, let me put in here other ID. I'll just put, let me put salesperson for here. Let me just do ID, for example. It doesn't matter. Let's say I have A1, and I have B2, and I have B3. So this is my sales, and here I have region, for example. So I'm going to have USA. Let me have Brazil, and let me have Italy, for example. Okay, and here I'm going to have my ID. So I'm going to have A1. I have B2. And let me have, let's see, B3. So I'm going to call this region, okay? So now, if I want to join these two tables here, okay, if I do a join, either left join, inner join, right join, or all kinds of join, what I'm really doing is, remember, we have two tables here. Okay, and this is my, this is not too long. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, so this is my order table. How do I do this to make it a little bit easy? Okay. Let me do snapshots. So if I do join, now any kind of join, if I join this sales and this region together, what I'm doing is what is it? Okay, come on. I'm putting these two data here. Where's my word? So if I do my join, this will be the outcome of my output. Okay. Let me snip this. So I'm putting these two side by side using this region, using this region to put them together. So this will be the outcome. I'm going to add this table to the length of this table. So instead of having 1, 2, 3 number of columns, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm elongating my table. That's what join give you, whether you do inner join, left join, or right hand join. So instead of me having 3 rows, 3 columns like I have here, if I do a join, I'm going to have, it's going to add these rows, this column, you're going to add it to this column. So I'm going to have how many columns? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the data, the structure is not the same, but there is a relationship between these two tables, which is what? What was it? ID. So I'm joining these two tables together using this ID here. But let's say in this instance here, we have this same structure here. Let me copy this. I didn't copy very well. I want to see a V. So I have the same thing here, but the date is just what is different. Okay. Now the ideal way, I'm going to call this sales as well. If I need to combine these two data, since they are the same structure, you can see sales, date, and ID, but just they have some different time period. This and this is the same, but different time period. What this is telling me is that this sales here is a continuation of this data, but it's just that the data came in differently. So if I need to combine them, the ideal way for me to do is to, let me snip this. Let me snip this. And the ideal way is for me to put this data here. This and this together so they can continue. So you can see that we can have the same trend of sale for the time period. They are the same data. So this one here, putting this and this together is called union. Putting this and this together is called join. Do we get it?
Yes, sir.
The ladies, do we get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if a lot of time, like I said before, you're going to be having data coming in day by day. What the database admin or anybody else who is combining those data is doing is they are just unioning the data, putting all of the data all together, so they can have some kind of continuous sales events. But if I put this, for example, now, let me move this one away here. If I put this and this, for example, together, like join, like Yomi was saying, if I join this together right here, even though I can join these two tables together using this column C and this ID and ID here, but I cannot really get some trend analysis from this data. So I'm just expanding my columns with, I'm going to have sales, I have another column called sales, then I have date, I have another column called dates, I have ID, I have another column called ID. So I'm having 6 fields that are very similar. So I can't really do trend analysis with this. We can't see the pattern, the behavior of the data, or make decision with that data. So this is not a good way to combine similar data with similar structure, but are of different time period. It's not a good way. Okay, do we get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this case here, in our prep here, I'm going to union these two tables together. And to union is very simple. Just drag either of these step here, just drag to on top. So Tableau will ask you, do you want to join or do you want to union? In this instance, we want to union this, put them together, and just drop in union. So it's going to give you this field here. Okay. Now, by default, any kind of database, any kind of ETL tools that you are using to union data, this table name here will automatically pop up, okay, because it's telling you where the file is coming in. Okay, you can leave this, okay, for validation purposes, or you can just remove it because this is not going to, because the date field here is already combined in the date here. But there are some kind of union that I do sometimes. This field become handy for me to identify each file of data. Okay, maybe I'll look for some example. And in that case, I won't leave it like this. I can rename this field to say my type or where it's coming from, and I will rename these 5 parts. Okay, this is very handy. But for now, don't worry about this. Okay, so since I've done my union, I'm just going to click on this little step here, and I'll click add a clean step. So here I want to view all of my union data. So you can see everything is combined. But here, let's take a step backward here. There's something I want you to always observe whenever you do a union: the resulting fields. So if you look at this message here, Tableau is telling us that there are 0 mismatching fields from the 22 result fields. So there are about 22 fields here. Everything is matching. Okay. If there's any field that is not matching, maybe due to name or the data is a little bit different, you're going to see it here. If you see any unmatching field, then you want to find out why those fields is not matching. Is it because of the naming convention? Maybe here the field we are capitalized, and then here is just small letter case. That's why Tableau is not recognizing it. All you have to do is fix it and just move on. Okay. All right. So in this place right here, I can call this step here. I'll call this my order table. So this now becomes my order field because I've combined the 2 files, or you can call it anything. It doesn't really matter here. So here, like I said, this table here, it doesn't really add value at this time. Just for this case, for now, I can right click and just remove this field. So now every field that you remove is going to show up under changes here. Okay. And now let's try and do some kind of calculation somehow here. So let's say your user says, maybe there are some calculations that you will write at the report level, and you say, okay, let me just write the calculation here, so I don't have to write any calculation at my Tableau desktop. You can write all of those calculations here. Okay. For example, let's say we want to know the cost of goods sold. Okay, so let me click here and add a calculation. I'm going to name this cost of goods sold. And what was the formula for that the other day? The cost of goods sold. We did sum of sales, right?
Yeah.
Sum of sales.
We did sum of sales plus plus discounts.
Plus discounts. Let's see some discount. Discounts.
Minus profit.
Okay, minus
profit. Lucky.
Yeah.
This cost of sales, I don't think is actually I'm of the opinion that it should have been sum of sales minus discount, then minus profit. You see, because discount is, for example, if I'm supposed to buy a product for $10, I said I have a discount of $1. It means that I'll pay $9.
Yeah.
So and maybe the cost of goods to the
yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. If that be the case, go ahead. But there are some instances where discount is actually a cost to the company. No case is the same. Let's say, for example, there's sometimes where you have like a Walmart or Costco or Kohl's, they are doing some kind of markdown sales. Okay. It's not as if they are reducing the price, but this is just marked down because they want to get rid of those products before the new year inventory. So the cost of good might be what it costs them to produce that good might be like $10. Okay, so with profit, hold on, let me show this. Let's say, for example, it costs a company to produce a product $10. Okay.
Right.
Now the selling price is $13. So how much is the profit here? $3. So let's say because they want you're their customer and they want to like give you some discount on this selling price, they can say, okay, they will give you 50 cents out of this. So instead of $13, you are now paying $12.50. So the discount here is 50 cents and their profit becomes $2.50. So in that instance, you can say, okay, you can do your formula the way you want to do it, okay? But let's say now their cost of goods is $10 and they have so many inventory and the market is bad, like you saw this week. The market almost went bizarre or even crashing out. They decide to like mark down their selling price to like $8 here. $8. So now they are not really giving you discount, even though to you a customer is a discount, but this discount is called markdown. They are marking down their price, and what are they making? What will be the discount in this instance? It's going to be like $2 discount of the markdown price, but it's actually a cost to them because the cost price is $8. They mark down the price to $8, so they are losing $2 for this. So they need to account for this for tax purposes. Do you understand? So no case is just straightforward or this is how it's done. You have to look at the scenario. Okay.
Yeah, this example is good anyway, but I think maybe in a real life situation, there may be some other further questions to ask. Is this a
Yeah, of
mark
course.
down?
Yeah, that's what I said. There is no situation is just like direct. Every situation is unique, and company they will tell you how they want you to calculate it, and you can even come up with calculation after they explain to you. Whatever they explain to you will determine how you're going to calculate it. So it's not as if we are wrong, and it's not as if we are right. We are just using some scenarios just to understand how to write calculations or logical calculations in Tableau. Okay. Okay, now we can see that this our calculation is wrong, right? It's showing error. What is the issue here?
But that was what we did as cost of goods sold.
But this is what we did at cost of goods sold, right?
Yes, sir. I just want to check it.
So, but here it's showing error. What is wrong? That is here it's going to show error because we are at the report level. Tableau will automatically aggregate your measure. It's going to sum it up. But here at the data preparation level or at the database level, every data is at the granular level, which is at individual level. For example, if I come up to the database here, each of these cells right here is let me look for sales here, for example. You can see sales here. So it's not aggregating at the data source level. So everything is just unique. So I cannot sum it here. So I'm not going to remove this sum. This would be sales and sales. So if you are doing your calculation at the data source level or prep level, just use, because at the reporting level desktop, Tableau is going to sum up everything that we did. Like I just showed you at the database, it's not summing here, right? Every role is on its own, individually. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the difference. So I don't want you to get confused with, we have some here and it's working here, it's showing error. It just at different data level. Okay. Do we understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to click OK. Now you see that we have another field here that shows us cost of goods sold. And we can even do a whole lot of calculations here, which we are going to continue. Tomorrow is Friday, thank God. But we're going to continue this on Monday. But try and start working on this, because remember, we have other files here, which is the people here and the people here. We are going to union this separately and do the output in our database. And then we're going to do another data source off of this, where we're going to combine everything, all of the data together for reporting purposes. Here, I want to show some function. This file here, this returns here, really has some good examples of how to like do some cleaning, like splitting, and looking at some logical ways to like get out some data to join when they are not, really matching. So please try and practice with this. There are a lot of resources that you can start watching before our next class. If you go on here, type in Tableau Prep tutorial, a whole lot of them they're here, so that you can understand what data cleaning is all about. Now, again, you might not do data cleaning, but you might need, if you need to like pull different data together from database and you don't know how to do it, Tableau Prep can easily help you do that. Okay, and there are some other files, sometimes when they will give you a gigantic files, a lot of smaller files to use for reporting. You just use Tableau Prep to smash them together and get your stuff. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any question?
Yes, a quick one, sir. So after the union, are we now going to create another database in my SQL server?
Yes.
So
You can replace what you have in here just to update it like this. So remember, for example, these two tables have the former data and the new one. You can just replace this one that we have in the database, but the name has to stay the same for reporting purposes. Or you can just do incremental output where Tableau will look at the data that's already here and determine that, oh, there are some new data, and it will only add the new data to what we have here. But you can simply just replace. It's the same thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, if you guys put your mind into this and you understand Tableau Prep, with the good work that you guys have been doing on Tableau Desktop, I bet you guys are ready to start applying. You know, you guys are ready because this is just what you do. And this is what you're going to tell them in your interview. So tell us what you do from day to day. I extract data from multiple data sources using Tableau Prep to structure the data and put in the data warehouse for further use. Then build up various reports to meet my client needs. And that's it, very simple. And then they can start asking you a question, how do you do this? How do you do that? And you just give it to them. This is what you do, okay? The reason why I want you guys to know about Tableau Prep, because companies want somebody that understands data. So if you've done some ETL processing, then they know you have it. Plus, Tableau Prep makes your job easy. If you need to like join multiple data, please try and watch this, okay? And see you guys on Monday.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll put this video up tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Good night,
Thank you, sir. Quick question. Are you still going to look for the mark thing?
Yeah, I will need to find out how to configure. I will look for something tomorrow. Please ping me, you or your me. Just remind me tomorrow morning that, oh, please, can you please help us check?
Okay.
I'll do the research.
Thank
But
you so much, sir.
if you also want to like do some research on YouTube, you know, then you can as well. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
All right, thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.